Hey guys, this is Nate and this is the Nader Tater channel. Today I want to talk about this Wasserstein smart water temperature and humidity sensor. So this is a device you can place around your house and it can either detect a water leak and it can also give you temperature and humidity readings as well as alerts with the app. And there's one thing unique about this. I actually have I think three water or leak detectors right now in my smart home, and they are Z-Wave, which is a wireless protocol that you need like a hub for. So I have a SmartThings hub, but this one, what's unique about it is actually two things. One is that it's Wi-Fi based, so you don't need any hub. You can have just this one device, and it connects to the WStein app, and it will alert you on your phone. Or the other unique thing about this one versus my other ones are battery powered only, and they're actually the little expensive lithium batteries. But this one allows you to be hardwired, or powered with AC through a USB port. So that is a unique feature because that's something I have like down in the basement. I have my leak detector sensor, but if the battery dies, obviously it doesn't work. With this one, you could leave it plugged in. So let me open it up and go through the device as well as the app setup, and then I'm going to go test it and put it to use and show you how it works. Alright, so it's fairly simple device here. You have a little device that has a holder, so you could screw this to the wall. It has a single hole in the middle, and then they provide you with a screw and drywall retainer. Then they give you the USB cable, and this is what I'm saying, that you can power it. Now, it does not include the AC adapter, so you have to either use one of your old phone charger ones or buy the adapter that actually plugs into the wall. But it takes a little micro USB that just plugs in right here to the side of it. Okay, then the other hole is for the water detector probe. So what this has on it is, it's actually two-sided, but it has little feet that raise it off of the floor or ground or wherever you're placing it. And then you can see those three little brass fittings in there. And those are what actually detect the water. So what it looks for is when two or more of these are connected electrically, then it sets off the alarm. And this actually has a built-in siren on it that blares out, and it's loud. They claim it's 100 dB, so that's certainly loud. And that'll play for 30 seconds. So even if you don't have your phone on you, or there's someone in your house that doesn't have the app, they would hear this device go off, and it plays that siren for 30 seconds whenever it detects that water. Alright, so the instructions are pretty clear. They tell you to take the device out, and then you can scan this QR code, or you can just search on your Android or Apple device for the WStein app. The app in here, it's called Wasserstein mobile app, but it actually is the WStein app. And then you have to create an account if you don't have one before. It's really quick and easy. I just put my email in, send you a verification email, and come up with a password, and you're good to go. It does come included with batteries, which I thought was kind of nice. So let's go through the setup. For this setup, I'm going to just leave it on battery power, so I don't have to worry about the connecting to USB power right here. So I just took out the cord there. I'll have to press this. There's a button back here that you press and hold, and that will wake up the device. So whenever it's on the battery power, you have to wake it up. On USB, it's kind of always awake and connected to the internet, and you probably can't see it on the camera because it's kind of bright in here, but it's flashing red in there, and that means that it's awake, and it's kind of waiting for us to do something with it. So let me go ahead and open up the app. 2, 1, go. Alright, so I just opened up the app, and now this is my first device on here. So you can tell, so I just go to add device, and then I'm going to tell it that it is a sensor. So it says first reset the device. So let's press and hold this button here. You press it for 5 to 10. Now it went from a green light back to a red, and now it's flashing. Alright, so now you have to tell it my Wi-Fi. Now it only connects to 2.4 gigahertz bands, but most of the networks out there are both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. So and then you'll see after a couple seconds the red light will stop blinking on the device, which I think means that, you know, the phone's connected to it. Yeah, it took about 5 seconds for that to happen. So now I think it's sending that Wi-Fi signal to the or the Wi-Fi password and info to the device, and then having it connect to Wi-Fi. Alright, so now I get a blue light, bright blue light. So I think that means that it's been found, which is good. Alright, so now it got added. So I could edit that if I wanted to. You know, I could call it something else, but I'll just leave it generic water leak sensor. So now that's done. And if I click on it, alright, so this is telling me now the settings, and obviously you can tell that it's on battery. If I had it plugged in, it would actually have a little power indicator for that battery location. So I can click on these settings. Okay, so press it. So that's the trick on this guy, is you have to wake it up when it's on battery mode. So you have to press it until it lights up green, otherwise it doesn't get your settings. So since I'm good old American, I'm going to make it to Fahrenheit, and then you can set these thresholds for what temperature you have a threshold. So for example, right there, I can say when it's above 103, you know, give me a warning, and then I could say if it drops, you know, below 40, give me a warning as well. And that would be the range at which I would get a alert above or below those set points. And same thing with humidity, you could set those. Now here, I could tell it I want to turn on all of these. Alright, so we turn them all on. It obviously has the temperature. That seems a little bit high on temperature. I'll go compare it to my ecobee. Maybe I'll move it out of here where we're getting a little bit of sun. Alright. So here's all the different alarms you can give it. So you can, you know, if the voltage is low, so I mean your batteries are getting low temperature, low humidity, a leak, and then high humidity and high temperature. Those are all the ones you can either have enabled or disabled. Alright, and then history, obviously I don't have any history. Okay, let's test out this leak sensor. So I got a little tin can top here, and I put some water in there, and I'll show you. Now I have other leak sensors, and like I said, they have these probes as well. One thing I learned with them is these probes are not designed to be submersed in water, because what happens is they actually they have like a plastic film in there that holds the wires and these little sensors together. And what happens is when you soak it in water, it stays wet, and it doesn't drain out very easily. So it will stay in the wet condition even after the water is dried if you submerge it all the way and leave it there. So that's something to note, that they're not really designed to be like a pool or a sump pump, water level sensor, because if it does get high and it goes back down, it will stay wet and tell you. But so now this guy's on battery, so technically it's in sleep mode right now. All right, so let's see what happens when we take this probe and we put it in the water. Alright, so you can see in that case it was pretty quick. It detected it. I saw the blue light come on. Tell my phone to be quiet here. And it pushed pretty quickly to my phone there. So this does work remote. You don't have to be on the same Wi-Fi. You can be out away from the house shopping or traveling, and it will still send the push to your device that you have the app on. So that's how it works. So as far as places to put this, where I have mine right now is down in my basement by the water heater, as well as here I have a well. So we have a well inlet, and that goes to a pressure tank. So those are all common areas that you could get a leak. So I have them down there, and then I have one by the washing machine, because sometimes those leak. But then another good place to put these would be, the bathroom. So by a toilet, especially if you have kids, which I do, and every once in a while they overflow the toilet. So these would be a good device to put around that. Or if you have any other places where you have concerns about water leaking for whatever reason, that would be good. The other benefit by having the temperature and humidity sensor, that gives you some other ways to help protect against some kind of water damage. For example, if you're in a cold climate like me up here, obviously if you are not at home and your heat goes off and it freezes the pipes, that can cause the pipes to burst. So by having the temperature threshold set, that can give you some warning that, hey, something's going on and the house is getting too cold, to give you alert. And then the humidity sensor is good for one, like in the basement. I use a humidity sensor to help make sure that it doesn't get too humid all summer long, because then you can grow mold and mildew. So I have a alert for the humidity down there, so that I know I can either turn on the dehumidifier, or perhaps the dehumidifier acted up. And then additionally, if the humidity is really high someplace, that might tell you that there's a water leak, and it's maybe not right in the vicinity where you put the probe, but that room has a lot of water in it, and so that can be another kind of smoke signal that something's going on. So it's a really useful device that you can place anywhere, and I really like the ability of it being both powered and battery. For me, I'm going to keep it powered up, so I don't have to worry about batteries at all, and that's one less thing to try to keep track of.